Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is gonna be a little bit of a different video today. I'm still a ways out from having my garage here set up for normal RC videos, but I do have a couple of things I'm working on in the meantime, and they're all sort of at a standstill. The first is what we saw last week, the Axial SCX24 that I have converted to a U4 bouncer style chassis. I have a list of parts that I need to pick up for that. The second is the mud or dirt drag truck. If you checked out the last video on that, I'm really satisfied with the progress of the truck, but we need to change up the gearing. So I also need to order gears. Another little side project that you can see here is I've also started working on making new ramps finally. This is going to be some Monster Jam style ramps. You can see the old SMT10 tires in the back there that I'll be using as sort of some kickers, but I do need some plywood to actually finish off these ramps, and we're currently getting ready to head to another car show. We'll be taking the Slammed Blazer back out to that car show, so look forward to some shots with that coming pretty soon. So that leads us to the X-Maxx, which you see here. If you remember the last time I had this truck here at my new house, there was some obvious clicking going on in those diffs. And I guess to wrap up that long story, I have to order parts for the SCX24. I have to order gears for the dirt drag truck. And this truck needs gears too, so why not figure it all out and place one big order and be done with it? So that's why this video will be a little different today. Normally you'll see me wrenching on a truck, completing a project or driving. Today we're just gonna disassemble this truck and figure out what we need so we can place one big order and really be able to start throwing some projects together and making some more cool videos soon. Although I have gone in and replaced the electronics in this truck already, I have never been inside the diffs, so this will be new for me. I know there's a bunch of videos out there on getting inside these trucks, but I don't think it'll be too bad. I'll kind of set you up and you get to watch along as I get inside these diffs and figure out if it's the front, the rear, or both, so that we can get this truck back driving soon. So that was pretty interesting right away. You saw I had a little trouble getting these rear wheels off, and come to find out, you can see these hexes are pretty worn down. It looks like the wheel hex might have been spinning inside of the wheel. I'm very curious if that could have been our clicking sound we were hearing, but this could also be from the time that the wheel nut came loose on the rear of this X-Maxx. I've already planned to go ahead and take this all apart and check the diffs anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and check them. I'm still kind of thinking it'll be a diff and not just that wheel hex. I'm leaning towards it being from that time that the wheel popped off with the nut being loose. That was actually a lot easier to get to than I expected, so hey, I know I'm not normally a Traxxas praiser, but good job, Traxxas. It's pretty obvious to see here that this rear diff gear is missing a few teeth. Whether that wheel hex is stripped or not, this diff is definitely shot. It looks like the pinion gear is in pretty good shape, but when you buy these gears, they come in a set, so we'll replace that as well. I think that might be a little more difficult to get to, but for now, I know I can go ahead and order a rear diff gear. The front is different, so let's pull apart the front next. The front is actually in much better shape. I don't see any missing teeth. There is a little wear on the teeth. I may go ahead and just replace both, being that I have it apart now. Yeah, I can see a little wear on these teeth here, especially going with this Max 5 system now. In this truck, it might be better off to just upgrade those diff gears while I got it apart. Pinion here as well looks fine, just a little wear on it in the same places. So we're gonna go ahead and order a set of front and rear diff gears and just do a complete refresh on the diffs in this truck. Okay, I have to give Traxxas a little more props. I was gonna do whatever it took to get those pinion gears out. That way, whenever the new gears come in, I could just throw them right in the truck. And I started looking online at the new gears I was gonna pick up, and it made me realize how these pinions actually come out. Yeah, that easy. And just to show the rear as well, It's just really nice to be able to pull a diff out of a truck and replace it that easily. Not something I was really expecting. I hadn't gone ahead and watched any videos or did any research on how to get the diffs out of this truck. Kind of one of the things I like to do, whether it's for better or worse, is just kind of tinkering and diving in heads first. This was definitely a pleasant surprise. So that'll make things a lot easier than even I expected, really. I have a set of diff gears for the front and rear on order for the X-Maxx. Should be some stronger gears as well. In that order, we've also got a couple of parts for the SCX24, like I mentioned, so we can pull that chassis back apart, get it painted, and put it back together for final assembly to do a little rock crawling. And I also have a couple of gear options to try out on the dirt drag truck. It's a pity I don't have those gears in already because we got a lot of rain yesterday and it would be perfect to be in the mud right now. I know this was a little shorter and different video than normal, but be on the lookout for all of those videos coming soon, as well as some videos with the new ramp coming soon. Let me know if you want to see a video on some of the details of how I go ahead and build this ramp out. And of course, like I mentioned, we're heading out to a car show this week and the Slam Blazer is coming with me. I have to do a little bit of tinkering and prep with that thing because it's been a while since I did any driving with it, just to make sure everything's good and ready to go. Clean it up nicely. Can't wait to see what kind of looks it gets at this car show. So look forward to those videos coming soon. Appreciate all the support as the videos have been pretty inconsistent lately, but we should be getting back to some more regular content and a lot of access to some really cool videos that I'm hoping to create in the future. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of that. And as always, thanks again for watching. Peace.